Welcome back. Now, the new interbank market for floating naira started today. Channels Television has been tracking today's trading live from the Thomson Reuters and Bloomberg FX trading terminals at the FMDQ OTC Securities Market. Now, let's cross over to FMDQ OTC Securities Market, where Channels Business News editor Bosun Omofai is standing by for an intraday analysis of the market. Hello, Bosun.
Yeah, Chimeze, thank you very much. We're still pretty much in business, as you want to put it. As far as the FMDQ OTC interbank market relaunch was concerned, it's been a very interesting day. The market's a little bit slow in the morning, but things are picking up. The rates are out there. But again, we're going to squeeze in at this point the fixed income market, treasury bills, and the bonds to get a bigger picture of what has been going on today. And earlier you talked about the terminals where we're looking through the Bloomberg FIQ, the fixed income quotes terminal, and of course the Thomson Reuters here to give us a summary of what the FX transactions been, the deals that's been closed for the day. So we have the bonds here and the treasury bills here. Then we get a bit of a sense of what you have here from the guest who is here on in the studios to talk to us. Rita Chimenem is the chief dealer at Access Bank. Rita, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that for leaving your the dealing room. A very interesting day here, and we apologize that we took you out of that. Bring us up to speed. Let's start with the big story, which is the FX. What's the talk about among you traders early today getting this new system started?
Thank you very much for the question. The long-awaited day just came on today. Market started at 9 o'clock in the morning, and what we saw across banks were indicative quotes. So people didn't give, tradable quotes, but they just give where they're comfortable trading. And we saw the range of bids were between 250 to 285, from the dealers. All throughout the morning, let's say 10 to 11, were all indicative quotes. No quotes were dealt because I think there were discussions that, okay, let's even find our feet where market will be. So basically, we just saw indicative quotes, from all banks, and no deals were done. But getting to around 11, we saw Central Bank coming to ask all the banks to submit all their demand. So right then, we saw a bit of spike in the market with that. But for now, what all the treasurers are doing is that everybody's collecting their demands from their customers. So we call in customers to find in where they're comfortable to buy those to buy dollars from Central Bank. So that's basically what was happening when I left. At the time, I think FMDQ realized there were no quotes again across banks, so they told them that we'll start trading from 2 o'clock. So Central Bank initially said the window was open till 12 o'clock, but they've extended it to 1 o'clock, given that there are a lot of backlogs and people really need to get to their customers to agree on the rates they will go in at. So, I mean, sizable, demand will be seen today at the Central Bank.
In terms of volume, about how much dollars are we talking about here that we've seen?
Given, if you want to quantify it, outstanding before today were over $4 billion. Markets, in terms of the funding, the provision we've been on along, is almost to that tune of the naira, because today market was close to 1 trillion naira. So that has been presumably what banks have been funding, for the dollars. So I mean, you should get to that, because everybody has to get everything, because I think it's a one quote, demanded from Central Bank. You may not have the opportunity to tender that demand, at the
Central Bank says it's going to meet those demands through the spot and the forward market. Did that bring some confidence to you who are traders when that announcement came a few hours ago?
Very, very well. Because even the traders, the treasurers, everyone had to speak to their customers to calm them down that really Central Bank has promised they will do forwards and all that. So people are confident that even if I didn't get today in terms of spot market or my forward terms, I'll be able to get. So really, there's no panic as to speak, but everybody is, you know, I've seen sizable customers are quoting right about 260. In fact, I have one of our big customers that have even quoting about 270, 280. I mean, everybody wants to get the dollars, you know, at those levels. So
if you look at the range, maybe I continue, if you look at the range of bids, the range of prices that customers want, narrow dollar, have we seen anything beyond the 200 threshold?
No, not at all. We've not seen anything beyond 200 threshold. Everybody's within 250.
So we haven't really crossed to 300 in terms of numbers?
In terms of numbers, no, not at all, because you would have reflected in interbank when people are giving indicative quotes. So that should be maybe quotes, advisable quotes, you know. Most of the dealers will be telling their customers, okay, this is the range of where I'm seeing those dollars, but nobody has quoted 300.
Okay, so it's been a very really nice day. That's what you would say.
Yeah, because it's very calm and everybody are taking it one after a step at a time. So let's see what central bank does
before the end of the day. We're going to be around till 5 o'clock. But quickly, let's wrap it around the fixed income market and looking at this, the terminal here for Bloomberg. Talk to us about where yields are for the Naira bond and Treasury bills.
Okay. Before I left, the money market stopped quoting because immediately central bank announced that banks should submit all their quotes. The Naira placement and overnight placement, all the banks that have funds just stopped, so that they will be sure, you know, the kind of demand they are getting and what they'll submit to central bank. But in terms of the bonds and bills, we saw the Treasury bills a bit of sell-off because that's the one you can easily realize your money's at. The yields have gone up as high as 12.5%, 13%. For the short-dated instruments, but when you look at bonds, it's still hovering around 14.9, which is almost 15%. But I know the reality on ground would be what size central bank would be willing to sell, because that would determine the liquidity that will leave the system.
We're talking about liquidity. Didn't the central bank weigh in on the market on Friday?
Yeah.
About 200 billion?
Yes, they were. But, you know, when it comes to your security and dollars for now, anything can give way for the dollar. So if your customer insists and say, get me these dollars, you must find the liquidity to buy the dollar. So for now, the give and take should be, is it your security you want to hold, or is it the liquidity to get the dollars? Dollars right now is the most important thing. So I think it depends on the volume that will be sold by central bank. That will determine, you know, how yields will react, you know, by close of business today.
We're thinking about 3 more hours or 2 more hours of trading, isn't it?
Yes.
What's that about?
So because for fixed income, we close by 2 o'clock, but FMDQ has extended the time for the FX from 2 to 4. So we'll still see trades. So
we're still in business?
Yes, we're still in business.
Okay, we're going to see how things space out between now and 4 o'clock. Thank you very much, Rita Chimanem, who is the chief trader at Access Bank PLC. We're going to be around here at the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange headquarters in downtown Lagos at 5 p.m. News track here on Channels Television to bring you the market close for currencies and the fixed income. We'll be back in a couple of hours. Back to you in the studios, Chimeze.
Thank you very much, Bosun, for that update. Well, that was Bosun Omofari, Channels Business News editor, tracking today's FX trading. And like he said, we will bring you the closing FX market figure live on News Track at 5 p.m. Do join us then. Well, when we return after the break, we will look at how the stock market performance on the first day of the takeoff of the new FX market trading. Do stay with us.